everyone. My name is Amala, and this is my beautiful girlfriend,
Colette.
and we are
Honest Girlfriends.
Guys, if you haven't seen our show before, please do subscribe, join us, comment on everything we're doing about. Please give us some of your ideas. If you have, thank you for coming and watching us again. We do appreciate all of you. Today's show is about
A little bit more about us. We want you to get to know us as we get to know you, as we share this symbiotic relationship with each other. This is about you, really, from us, sharing out ourselves with you and you with us. So we want to have that really open relationship with you guys. And we have missed you since we last shot our first video. So
Yes.
we're back. We're very, very back today.
Yes.
So I'm going to get started with you, okay?
Deal. Let's go.
Amala, obviously you have a beautiful accent. I like that. Okay, lady. You have a beautiful accent.
Sexy.
It's very sexy.
Very sexy.
Where are you from?
Well, a little bit about me. I am originally from Bosnia. I came to the States when I was 15 years old. And high school. Oh, scary.
Nice.
I don't think it was as scary because I think half of the time I couldn't even understand what the kids were saying. And sometimes it's okay. Hey,
True.
it's okay. They'll be like saying something and you're like, thank you.
Yes. I think it's also with a little culture shock. You don't know. Sometimes the English is a little twisted.
Yeah.
But anyways.
And you're just like, thank you. Everything is thank you.
Well,
First word my mother said you need to know is bathroom.
exactly. And food.
And food, yes.
Yes.
Anyway, I am a very proud mom of 3 beautiful daughters. I work as a leader. I'm also into network marketing, and I'm an entrepreneur. But also, Colette, since January of this year, I'm also a certified wellness coach. Yeah, I did it. I used COVID to my advantage. I
Nice.
took some home classes
Nice.
for a very good price too.
Good.
So yeah, I'm very interested in like new challenges, new achievements. Why not? Hey, I feel like your brain is like a computer.
Correct.
Anything you can store in there, store it.
Correct.
You never know where you might need it and use it.
Correct.
I'm very young, 20 plus.
Yes, she's a gorgeous, beautiful 20-something-year-old lady.
She burned me.
No, 28-year-old. Sorry, I didn't mean old. I meant 28-year-old lady. So, Amala, tell us a little bit, why did you choose America and why did you go to a different country?
Well, truth to be told, I really didn't have a choice. I was 15 years old. Bosnia was going through a horrible war. My parents had no choice but to leave our country. So we came here without a choice.
Great.
And truth to be told, when I got here, I was actually happy because ever since I was a 3rd grader, we were constantly moving. Every time the war would get closer, my mom would pack us and leave us. I believe my dad got hurt right like a year into the war, first year of the war. So 8-9 years after, my mom was always running with us. My dad was not with us. He was in another country in a hospital. Bosnians couldn't afford the medicine, so he had to be moved to another country. And we were constantly running.
That's sad.
Constantly, every time the enemies would get closer, sometimes we would go 6 nights through the woods and days.
Wow.
With no food, no water. It was horrible, horrifying. And being the kid that I was, I thought it was just a dream. It's going to be over soon. But anyway, then when we came to the States, I was like, finally, no war. It's over. We can stay here without running. And I don't know, I loved it. I love the States. We came to Chicago. Chicago was our first city. And I think that's where my love for Chicago comes in. It's just, I fell in love with this place.
Right.
I moved to other states, but this one,
There's something about Chicago, you guys. If you're watching, if you're not in Chicago, there's something about it. Come visit, it's beautiful. I don't blame you.
it is.
I really don't blame you. Now, you just said you really love Chicago. What's one thing that you miss from home that you could change about Chicago, or you think you could bring over and kind of adapt?
I feel like here in the States, food is great, yes, it's very great, but not as organic.
Yeah.
Back home, like everything was organic. Everybody grows their own fruit,
Yeah.
grows their own vegetables,
Yeah.
but I feel like here it's not. And there's a lot of food that shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Kids shouldn't be eating that. But it is what it is. Hey, choose
true.
wisely what you eat.
Exactly. Now, before I wrap up with you, I want to know, share with us, what are your hobbies, my dear Abla?
I would say I love reading. I love motivational speeches. I want to be a motivational person. I want to be a motivational speaker.
You got this.
I want to empower women, show them who they can be, and get them there. It's really my goal. It's my dream.
You could get there. If you want to, you're gonna get there. And if you need support, we're here to help you. We're friends. If you need a little improvement, a little push, that's what friends are for.
Yes.
You can do it. Seriously, you can do it.
Thank you.
Well, you're very beautiful. You're good. You know, you have the drive. You have the passion. You're ambitious.
Thank you.
You got this.
Thank you very much.
Exactly. You really have this.
Well, guess what? Enough about me. Let's talk about you alone.
Really.
Worry.
You guys want to know about me? Where am I from? I am from a really small country from Africa called Uganda. Also called.
Pearl of Africa.
I brag about that a
She
lot.
is a pearl.
Thank you. Pearl of Africa. Again, it's in East Africa. I don't know if I mentioned that, but let me tell you one thing that is really easy. If you want to find where Uganda is, it has Lake Victoria, and the biggest portion of Lake Victoria is in Uganda. So that's when you know where to find me, right there. And I was born by the lake too.
Ooh.
Yes. I was born by the lake. And so that's where I am from. I have been here for about 13 years now, and I'm really loving it. I moved straight up to Chicago. It was so cold. It was in the wintertime in February. My first day out, I walked outside with all my jackets and everything on, but I felt like my nose was broken off and my ears were like somewhere else, detached. That's my first winter experience. Not so pleasant, really shocking. I was like, what's going on with my body? But hey, I gotta tell you, I love Chicago, despite the weather. I really do love it.
And what do you do for a living?
I thought I wanted to share that a little bit about you. What I do for a living is now hosting Honest Girlfriends. Exactly. I really like it. I love people and I really care about people. So this thing that we're doing together, I think it's in a way, it's a service to people. I like serving people and bringing joy to people's lives in any way that I can. Being helpful and being supportive to my friends, that's something that I do. I do it at work. At work, I'm an IT project manager, data engineering primarily right now, but I could work in any kind of area. Put me anywhere, put me to work, tell me what to do, show me what to do, I will do it. I
And she
guarantee you
will.
that. I will get it done.
I feel like you're a multitasker. A person can tell you, hey, Colette, I'm dealing with pastry issues. She's like, let me check that out for you.
Exactly. Google, Dr. Google.
I will tell you what to do.
Exactly, I can help you with that. Thank you. Thank you
Very
so much.
intelligent,
Thank you.
very smart.
I appreciate that. So, so that's one. It's serving people. I think in everything that I do, it kind of involves serving people. Like I said, I'm a project manager. I work with a lot of people and coordinate stuff and make things happen. I also have a degree in fashion design, which I kind of put to the side. That's a story for another day. But I love doing fashion. I also went to school for nursing a little bit, and I kind of found out that I didn't really like it. Even though I love serving people, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't really enjoy being in a hospital for like so many hours. And there are people with more beautiful hearts than my heart who can handle that environment, and they're created specifically for that. But I found that it was not my place to be. Let me tell you, I asked myself, I used to work full-time as a certified nursing assistant at Loyola Hospital, and I also went to school full-time for nursing school. And one day I found myself asking myself in the hospital while going to school, I said, is this something you want to do when you're 72? Let me tell you, the answer was no. And that's when I walked up to my mother and I said, Mom, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. So I went back to fashion design. And prior to that, I had a degree in IT from my country, which I transferred here. And then I ended up, professionally, I do the IT thing. Personally, I do a lot of service work and working with my friends and helping people and encouraging people, helping my daughter, which is my other hobby. It's beautiful. If I told you about me, we would sleep here today, tomorrow, and then many days. We're not doing that. She's sleeping already. I hate you. I hate you.
Even in the fake snore, did you?
I heard everything. I hate you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell us a little bit about your personal life.
My personal life.
Oh, dating life.
My dating life. She's too nosy. But anyways. My dating life. I am single. I'm single and I love it. I'll tell you at the moment, my focus is not committing to a relationship currently right now. I'm taking a break. My focus is on honest girlfriend and work and school and helping my daughter through the things she wants to get in life and kind of being there and fully present. If I added a relationship right now, I would be poor at it, and I don't want to engage in something I'm not going to be good at.
But listen, if there's a Prince Charming out there on a nice white horse, hey, welcome.
Exactly.
Right? Welcome. I'm joking.
Because
you have to be fully present for him.
exactly, you gotta be fully present. But also you never know. You never know when the right time is. I don't know when it is. So you never know. Who knows, right?
Prince William, if you're out there and you're single, so is she.
No, he's married. Thank you very much. Nobody wants him.
I did say if you are single.
That's true. That is so true. What do I love about America?
What do you love about this country?
I come from a country that it says we're a democracy, but it's in many ways a dictatorship. And let me tell you, the amount of opportunities I have gotten in this country are immense. It is really the American dream. If you come here and kind of adopt and adjust and work hard,
Yes.
and forget about all the haters and the people who talk bad and all the stereotypes. I've made it, but I also aspire for so much more. And so these are things, anything that I have and I have become, I would never be in my country. And it's because I'm in this country with this community, with this democracy, with the freedoms and the liberties and the opportunities that I'm able to become the person I have become today.
Definitely.
The liberties that they're giving to women, back home a woman can't do the things I do as a woman here, because you're still looked at in a stereotypical way as, okay, a woman doesn't do this, a woman doesn't do that, a woman doesn't talk like this, a woman da 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 da. It just, the list is never ending.
Yes.
And here we are with all the liberties of femininity and like be you, be yourself, be your true self. That's what I really, really love about this country.
I love the freedom, and I hope we don't take it for granted.
Yes, yes.
And I do hope that we don't take it for granted, and we do.
Or even abuse it.
Yes.
What I would change about America, or even being in America, or anything I would bring from my country and bring over here, there's always something good you can
Definitely.
bring from somewhere, right? So one thing I would bring is, the people in my country are very, very poor. They have nothing, literally nothing. I would wash, on a Saturday evening, I would wash my laundry. For 6 hours, I would go to the well and pick up the water in buckets, and I would have 3-4 separate buckets, and I'll sit there and wash my clothes, hand wash them happily. Now I have a laundry machine in my house, and sometimes I find myself being lazy. But anyway, going back to what's the point? The point is, we were happy doing all those things. We were happy with
Yes.
nothing,
It's true.
But and that happiness, you would find it on the street. You would find little kids who you just hand them a piece of candy, which is like 1 cent. Oh my God, you made their whole world. They'll go and share it with all their friends. They'll tell their granny about
The whole
it.
neighborhood.
The whole neighborhood will
Yes.
know. Oh my God. So if you've ever been, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never been, if you have never been, if you've never visited any African country, you visit and let me know what you find. It's beautiful. So that's one thing I'll kind of say that I really, really miss, is that positivity of like zero burdens when you have nothing.
But I do feel the same way. I do feel that in this country, starting with the kids to adults, they're not thankful. A lot of people are not thankful.
Yeah.
Like, I met women that have everything.
And they
they'll be like,
complain every day.
they'll be like, you don't know how it is for me. And
Yeah.
you're like, yeah.
Come to Bosnia for a day.
But they'll look at you and be like as if you're crazy.
Yeah.
One time, this was back, maybe a few years back, I had this one friend and we were talking about how people are ungrateful, and she was telling me how her parents have been horrible to her. Here's this girl that had chance to go to best colleges, everything was paid for, and here I am struggling with 2 jobs to pay for something, and I'm thinking, and I tell her up straight, I'm like, come on, you've been blessed. Everything is
Absolutely.
paid for you.
Absolutely.
And she says, well, you don't know how it is for me. My dad never taught me how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking,
That's what friends are for.
And I'm like, you let that affect your whole life. Why?
Yeah.
Why, baby?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
But that's what it is. I really believe that leaders, like top leaders, people who have succeeded, people who have struggled in life, have really made it out stronger.
Yeah.
So if you are going through something in life, just know it's building you for something bigger.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
building you for something bigger.
Yes.
whatever it is, go through it. Go through it, it's a blessing, okay?
Yes.
I'm not saying losing people or something like that, but I'm thinking like relationship-wise, financially wise, it will teach you to appreciate more. I think for me personally, the war and struggling as a single mom with 3 kids before really taught me to appreciate everything I have now.
That's very nice.
That's where I'm in life.
That's very true. It's very true. And again, I think in many ways, we are so different, yet we are so similar. Yeah. So all of this skin doesn't really mean a lot. It's your experiences. It's your experiences. It's what you've been through and what builds you and what makes you stronger, and also how your heart looks like inside. And if you can live through your heart, I think you're gonna meet the best people in the world.
We do hope that you guys do share with us. Where are you at in life? What are you struggling with? What are your struggles? What have you learned from and what are you learning right now? I feel like we're learning every single day of our lives.
Yeah.
But anyway, which brings us to our next subject, which is friends.
Correct.
I feel like with family, you can't pick them. The way they come, that's it, you're stuck. And sometimes people really feel like they owe family something and they have to keep them around. Remember the other day we were saying people are either good or bad. And if you know people are bad, like if they're taking advantage of you or making you feel uncomfortable, and where you are with them, it's not your happy place, tell them. And if they don't fix it, then you owe it to yourself to stay away from them.
How to spot a good friend? For me, this is how I spot a good friend, Amala. I look at people when I hang out with people and meet people. When I try to learn your story and get to know you, it's because I just want to be your friend as well. I want to get to know you so I can treat you as good as you want to be treated. So in so many ways, if I find a person who is always complaining and not taking ownership of all their mistakes and failures, because that's the number one sign that something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Definitely.
It means you're not in control. It means you put yourself in a position where you don't have full control of the situation. That's why you have the failures. And you know what? The worst part is you're not even able to take ownership of the failures so you can fix them in the future. You have to always blame them on somebody else. You don't need someone like that around you.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe, but I always separate people into good friends and bad friends.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say bad friends, because if you're not a good person, you're not my friend in the first place.
Yeah.
But I do believe that, like we were talking about bills the other day, who pays the bill at the restaurant? If you're my true friend, and especially if you know that your friend is going through something, pick up the bill, give him a break, take him out for a drink and shut up. You know what I mean? But if you know both of us are doing well,
Yeah.
everything is okay, let me buy your drink today and maybe tomorrow you can buy my drink.
Yeah.
But remember to buy my drink too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's being fair with yourself. That's how
Yeah.
you're fair with others. I don't want to take advantage of anyone. I don't want to use my friends. I don't want to, especially if they're going through something, I'm not going to expect anything from them. Like, I want people to treat me the way I'm treating them.
Right.
So I always make sure that I'm a good friend, I'm clear, good people around them, I'm supportive, I'm understanding. I would never take advantage of any of my friends. And if you do feel a certain way about some of your friends, I would say warn them first.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Yeah.
Let them know, hey, listen, this is how I feel about this. But if you're not clear, again, it's your fault.
Correct.
It's your fault you're not being clear. Be clear with your friends. Let them know, hey, I feel this certain way because you do this. But there's a certain way of wording things. Like people will be like, well, you're taking advantage of me. Don't say it that way. Be like, hey, listen, this is how I feel and this is why I feel this way.
You're like, how come I pay the bill all the time? I work.
Where's your wallet?
I work 9 to 5.
I had this one incident where this friend of mine, calls me and tells me, hey, I'm on my way to you. And we're meeting in a restaurant. And I'm like, okay, great, I haven't seen her in a long time. And I'm like, okay, great, I missed you. And then she comes to me and she's ordering dinner, she's ordering drinks and everything. And then when the bill comes, she's like, oh my God, I don't have my card with me. But when I was on the phone with her, when she was telling me she was coming, she was at the gas station pumping gas. And so my other friend that was with me, and we were done, and I was like, she just took advantage of us. She's like, no, she didn't. You know, Amal, you're so negative. This can happen. People can forget their credit card. I was like, well, how does she pump gas?
Correct.
You understand what I'm like? Listen, be present
Yeah.
to what people are telling you and how they're taking advantage of you.
Yeah.
And I was like, she just took advantage of me.
Yeah.
But I gotta admit, the next time we went out, she didn't. She covered the bill and all that. So I was like, okay, but that's what it is. Be clear with people around you. Let them know.
Yeah.
Let them know, hey, what's up?
That's
you know.
true. Take control. In many ways, it's taking control of everything that's happening in your environment and being in that place. Plus, you don't want a friend who does not know how to do that.
But I also feel like be careful because sometimes people are going through a lot financially.
Yeah.
Like right now, especially during this COVID season, is horrible. People are going through a lot financially, and sometimes they'll lie to get out of the bill because they're embarrassed.
But then why are you hanging out with a friend who lies?
Because sometimes people don't even want to admit to their failures. Give them some
See,
time.
that goes back to it. You don't need a friend who cannot admit to their failures.
She's right, but then go out with them to some Dunkin' Donuts or so they can open up a little. And then once they tell you they're struggling, okay, understand.
Oh my God, okay.
Okay.
Now there is another group of friends who make everything about them.
Yes.
These young ladies, men, women, everybody. Literally, you'll walk up to them and you say, hey, I just wanted you to hear something about this is what's going on with me. This is what's going on. Listen, they will get this whole story and flip it and make it about them. And then you'll end up there, the therapist. When you went over there looking for therapy, you needed someone to cry on. You needed someone to hear you out and give you some advice. But these people will turn it around and make it about them.
Yep.
I've met people like
Be
that. You
careful,
don't want
guys.
someone
Those
like
are,
that.
be careful of those as well.
Yeah.
I would just say be around people that are like you. If you're
Exactly.
sincere, make sure you're around sincere people.
Exactly.
If you want honesty, give honesty, will come back to you. Because if you spot a bad person and you're honest with them and you say, hey, listen, I don't like this about you because of this and that,
Exactly.
right away will come back to you as honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Another one. When I just come to this country, like I said in our, get to know me a little bit better, I was a certified nursing assistant, and I had one of these friends who was my really, really good friend at the time, right? Yeah, my brain told me that at the moment. And every time I told her I'm going back to school, she would ask me, what are you going to go to school for? You're going to be poor anyway. Listen, just be a certified nursing assistant and make you $12 an hour, okay? Don't try to be better. You're not going to be better than anybody.
Guys, those are not, and I repeat, they are not your friends. Your friends will encourage you to be better. Your friends will want to empower you to do better. Your friends will be happy when you're happy. And if you're sad and going through something, a true friend will be there for you.
Every time I opened my mouth about school, she would shut me down and tell me I'm not as good. Or she would say, oh, you think you're better than everybody else? And I just don't know what was wrong with this woman.
She's a negative energy. I wouldn't even touch her with the pole. Let alone with my hand.
Listen, you don't need those people. Anybody, even though they don't like the road, the path you're taking to success, if it's good, education is not bad.
Yeah.
It makes you better. If it's good for you, any true friend, whether they hate it or like it, will be like, I'm happy for you. Can you do it? Can you make time for it? You can handle it? Yes, I'm gonna go to school.
Yep. And I feel any challenge you're going through, you're doing a new project.
Yeah.
Even if you're painting your house.
Yeah.
People will be like, oh, do it. It's a good, refreshing thing to do for your own home.
Yeah.
Makes you happy, brings
Yeah.
the new energy.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you're doing and a friend of yours is negative about it, or I get dating. Like, excuse me, if you're dating a guy and your friend is telling you to be careful or she doesn't like him, listen to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they might be right.
Yeah.
Because, it's a new thing. But
Yeah.
everything else you're going through in life, come on, friends should be supportive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can all agree on that. The friends should be supportive, understanding, and encouraging and empowering.
I think anybody who likes you should always be encouraging. Otherwise, listen, if you're not encouraging to me and you want to shoot me down on every opportunity I bring up to you, you're not my friend, but you're not saying it.
Yep.
You need to tell me.
And also, guys, listen, life is too short to be wasted on people that don't matter.
That's true.
It really is. So be careful who you spend your life on.
Absolutely.
It's like a battery, don't waste it.
Absolutely.
Don't waste it. Let some people go, they're not worth it.
Absolutely.
They're really not worth it.
Yeah, yeah. Now, before we wrap up, I know this is long, but listen, guys, one more. Amala, there are friends who come up to you and make mean jokes every time. Mean jokes, but then they say, you know what, no, I was just joking.
Again, Colette, I swear to you, they're not friends.
I was
love
just
you,
joking.
But I personally believe that that's not your friend. Because if I'm your friend and I love you, I will never use you as a joke. Guys, a real friend will compliment you regardless of what you're going through. And even if she wants to give you a bad compliment, she'll say, hey, you look like shit, you need a night out. Let's go. Let's get
Yeah.
you dressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people will turn your negative into positive because they love you and they care for you.
Exactly.
And if they don't, guys,
Exactly.
again, your life is a battery. Don't let anyone waste it.
Exactly.
Don't let anyone waste you and your life and your energy.
If you have a friend who gives you something and they sit down and wait for you to give them something in return, that's not a friend.
That's not a friend. I
And a lot
never,
of people do that.
I never give gifts to expect a gift back. I really don't even care if people are going to give me a gift or not. I don't. I'm like that. I swear I never expect anything back. I will give women compliment and I don't even care if they compliment me back. That's their life. It's okay. But I want to be who I am regardless of what someone else is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know when you give a Christmas present or a birthday present and few days later, you find that person saying, oh, I gave that person a birthday present, they didn't even give me one back. Which means you really didn't give from your heart. You gave with expectations of being given. You're not a good friend. You're not a good person. You give because you expect something back. And it's
That really takes you back to who you are as a person.
yeah,
Do you expect things from people, or are you doing people out of love, things
out of a good heart.
out of a good heart? Like, who are you? Like, do a little checklist on yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And let's wrap this up.
Yes, guys, let's wrap this up. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please do comment, share with us. What do you see in a good friend? What do you see in a bad friend? Share us some comments about our show today if you liked it or not. Even if you didn't like, please be honest. It's okay. We're big girls. We can handle any.
Be honest,
Yes.
be blunt. I think that makes us successful. It makes anybody successful when you're really truthfully, honestly, straight up with them.
Yeah, look where Trump got. But do you know what I mean? Right?
I know you
Please
mean.
be honest with us, guys. Please tell us.
That's a fun joke.
Tell us what you thought about our show. Please subscribe, share.
Again,
Yes. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram.
YouTube, absolutely YouTube here. Make sure you post all your questions, your concerns. If you just want to rant, go ahead and rant.
Feel
We
free.
love you.
Yes, we love you. We care about you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.